Welcome, everybody, back to my podcast, Reinvent Yourself, Discovering Your Higher Purpose. I'm really extra excited today uh, for the person that I'm going to be interviewing because she's actually one of my clients that, we've been working together since January. And, I'm super proud of her health journey. That's what I called it because she's just been on this journey that, has been quite the transformation. I'm super proud of her. But yeah, so her name is Angelica Nevarez. And yeah, I'm super excited to have you on the show. How are you feeling today?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Yes, I've
Yeah.
been working with Andres for good 6 months now, right? Since
Yeah.
January. Good, good,
Yeah,
yeah.
since January. Yeah, and I know that when we got started, you got started on this health journey and I don't know, I want you to kind of like just share with the audience, like what can you tell us like what inspired you to get started on this health journey?
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you for asking. What inspired me to get on this health journey was a few things. One, to get a life coach in general. I know I needed assistance in some areas and some opinions, unbiased opinions and just more guidance in life, right? And so when I
Mhm.
reached out to you, we started working together, and I was unaware of kind of what I wanted to utilize my life coach for, right? I was confused, but I just knew I needed one. And so I said, fitness. Okay, let me at least get started on changing my life through fitness. So one thing that really inspired me and motivated was feeling uncomfortable tying my shoes, feeling uncomfortable in my clothing, feeling uncomfortable just out in general because I wasn't at my best. And that's best mentally, physically, spiritually, so they're all aligned. Another thing that motivated me was my best friend, Tessa. She's out in California. She's actually in Costa Rica right now. She's very into fitness and she's very inspiring and motivating too. Just all around a better, healthy lifestyle for myself as well. And I think just staying motivated just is continuously a good conscious effort into living a healthy life.
Absolutely, yeah. And I like how you talked about how like, man, you were kind of feeling uncomfortable, and you just weren't feeling at your best. And I know that there was, as we've been working together, there's been some challenges along the way. Can you tell us a little bit about what were some of those challenges through this health journey?
Yeah, some challenges were changing my diet, changing the way I ate, how much I ate, what I drank. In December, I was gifted one of these little water cups, and
Oh yeah, those are the best.
yeah, since then it changed my perspective on how and what I drink. I've always been a good water person, but I think like having it on hand with me all the time was great. I'll stop at the convenience store before work, after work, in between visits. And just being able to go into an establishment, get ice water or just water in general is great. It sucks that some establishments are restricting that, but that was one of the biggest game changers in my fitness journey. It's changing strictly to water.
Mhm.
Um, for the first couple months, I was able to shed a good amount of weight within those couple months just by changing that one thing. And I think, within the first couple months, I had a few weeks of like, oh, I've been doing good. I'll have a soda here or I'll have a soda there. And then within that week, I can see the sugar within the soda like kind of swell me up, or the what is it, the corn syrup or whatever.
Fructose,
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah, yeah.
but the corn syrup, just the way that affected my body as well. Like I seen a difference of the one week that I drank soda compared to the other weeks I didn't drink soda.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that went along with food too. Just this last couple weeks, I think today will be day 25 of doing at least 3 miles a day. There's some days I did four, some days I did six. I haven't calculated all the miles, but my small goal is 30 days of 3 miles. So, um, within these last 25 days, I've eaten healthy for the majority of the 25 days. There was, I think, the third week, I decided I'm here at this person's house, might as well just have their cooking. Or I went out to eat because I'm out to eat, I'll have an appetizer or da da da. Um, when I seen the aftermath the next following week, or I noticed I wasn't as tired, I was more tired than usual. I didn't have energy. I didn't want to go out and do my 3 miles as easily as I did beforehand. I felt like a little bit slower, a little bit heavier of just not wanting to get out there and go do what I needed to go do and to complete my goal. I did, so I'm grateful enough that I pushed myself through those times where I was just like, nah, not today, not today, maybe tomorrow. I'll do three extra miles tomorrow to make up for today. And that just wasn't cutting it for me. I knew I had to do the 3 miles, and that came with drinking water and that came with eating correctly. Because if, I didn't eat correctly the day before, it was going to be a lot harder to want to go out and run or do anything the next day. So that was a good thing too.
Yeah, that's amazing. And yeah, man, like I mean, you said it's funny how you say like, yeah, well, this little small goal to 30 days, but man, that's incredible. Like you're almost at 30 days, like that consistency for 30 days, that's me personally, I feel like that's like a huge goal, and so just like me watching you and doing the things that you're doing, it's just been really impressive to see like how your discipline, your confidence has gone up. I mean, your appearance has like completely changed since we started working, so I'm definitely like extremely proud of you. And just how do you feel that, when we started working, just like having somebody like myself as a coach helping you, how do you feel that it has helped you out, in this journey?
Yeah, thank you. It's helped me out a lot, a lot. And that's a general way of saying you've helped me out this time, this time, this time, and that time. When I was feeling unmotivated, I didn't know what to do, or I didn't know what direction to take. I was able to reach out to you and ask you your opinion on this, and that. You gave me different perspectives on things. Your motivation, the words that you use, um, when we're talking about certain things, like it's really great to come to somebody who isn't a family member, who isn't a friend. Well, obviously, I'm not saying that we're not friends or anything, but
Yeah,
someone who isn't in your everyday life, knowing your everyday habits, right?
yeah,
So I was able to, when I'm able to reach out to my life coach, it's a good feeling to have that support system that's not maybe going to sugarcoat things. Someone who's going to give you the realistic boundaries and the realistic goals and expectations of your situation. Because before we started working together, I did hold maybe a 2 year rough patch of being unmotivated, kind of just like coasting through what I needed to do, always having a good job and everything. But um, the the personal life and the personal hobbies, that was on the back burner, and I was literally squirrel dooming and kind of just not being proactive after work and towards my own happiness and towards my own goals. So when we began to work together, it was great to kind of come in an alignment of what I needed to do, what I needed to get done. And the fact that we meet on a weekly basis keeps me going, keeps me up to date with real time progression, real time, feedback, and real time opportunities. I'm able to say what able to reconnect and relook at the past week and see what we need to put towards the next week. And so that it's really great to be able to just keep myself on a good momentum. There you go, like a good momentum.
Yeah.
Each
Yeah.
week brings positivity and progression and growth, and no matter what, it's a growth in a big area. It's growth in a big area.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. And thank you for those words and thank you for like just staying the course, man. Because I know it hasn't been easy. I've seen you like your growth and I'm just like really proud and excited for you because man, just like seeing you and how you were going through some rough patches and you overcame them and you keep overcoming them, like it just really makes me so happy because I'm now starting to see like this happy Angelica that she's shining, she's happy, like now you're showing up in the calls and like I'm like wow, like this person is like
Yeah.
transforming before my very eyes. And it's just a beautiful feeling to see that in yourself, that you're taking care of your physical health, you're taking care of your emotional, your mental, your spiritual health. I mean, all around, you've been really taking care of yourself. And, I love how you said that, hey, having a coach is like having a third party. That's not somebody that knows you on a very personal level. They're just there to help you. And I know that there's people out there that are thinking like, hey man, like should I get a life coach? What should I do? Like what would you tell people like out there who have thought about having a coach and why it would be helpful for them to get a coach?
Yeah, a few positives on getting a life coach is you're gonna have progression either way. It's gonna either, obviously the work is on this person itself, but with a life coach, you'll get second opinions, different perspectives. Aside from not having a life coach, you're going to continue to run to your family members. You're going to continue to run to your friends who are probably in the same situation as you. If you guys are in the same environment, you guys are experiencing the same feelings, the same stressors, the same, direction as well. If you guys are continuing to give each other advice, it's going to continue to go into the same kind of direction until someone steps out of that circle and seeks that third party assistance and getting the different perspectives on how to handle life and life obstacles. You're going to end up getting in a different rhythm, and hopefully that different rhythm trickles down into your family and friends and giving them different perspectives and giving them different advice and helpful tips on life. And so when you don't have a life coach, you're going to continue to see the same results over and over again, because either you're not going to, either one, you're not going to know which way direction to go to, because you're just continuously going in the same direction that you've always been taught to, or that you kind of know how to. You could be intelligent, you can be smart, but someone as a third party can give you a different perspective on how to level up on being smart and intelligent and seeing different ways of life. So having a coach is super beneficial, and it has not always been easy, because honestly I think at month 3 I was not sure on what I wanted, so it was unsure on how to utilize my life coach. So being able to sit there with purpose, with a goal in mind, or with what, how you want to change and what kind of lifestyle you want for yourself, is very important as well, because the lifestyle that you want, you're gonna have to work towards it, so there's gonna be little goals in between time. And if you're like me, I get super heavy into my work life and I kind of don't balance out my personal life. And having a third party like a life coach is really great on being able to balance out my work and my personal life. If I'm average at work or above average at work, I'm great. I'm good with that. But I want to be above average in my personal life. So
Love it.
that's one goal for me.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, man. And I know that, yeah, like when we were, like you said, in that third month, like I still even remember one particular session. And I mean, it was like, I got very emotional during that session too, because I was like, man, like, we were going through it, and I'm so glad that you broke through that, and you just kept moving forward. You kept doing it. Because I mean, look at you now, like just how much you progressed. And just to let the people know, like since January, like how much weight have you lost so that people can know, like it's incredible.
Yeah, so since January, I think I had weighed myself, right? I weighed myself on a few scales just to double check, triple check. Um, so one scale said 200 and one scale said 210 and one scale said 205, like obviously like I had different scales. But I took that 210 to heart. I took that 210 to heart, no matter if it was correct or not. And I ran with it and I took accountability for that. I said, okay, I understand I'm at 210 right now, and it's up to me to either catch myself now or see what my same results is going to take me. And it really became uncomfortable to tie my shoes at 210. And that's when I started seeing the difference on the way that I would tie my shoes, the way that I would get out of the car a little bit. And these are things like people don't talk about as much, with weight, gaining weight, on different ways that like it was hard to kind of like do my hair up a little bit. Like it was just strenuous for that. Um, and 210 doesn't seem as much, but like my knees were hurting. My knees were hurting. I felt it in my body. I felt the sluggish way as well. So since January, from 210, I just weighed myself last week. I'm at 169.
It's insane, man. Like
Yeah.
that's phenomenal. Like that's over 40 pounds that you've lost since January until like right now. I mean, that's like a when I don't know, it's just something that I'm just blown away how like, you have gone here. Like 40 pounds is so crazy. Like and so I'm so happy that you've made such an effort to just get here, and I know that you're proud of yourself, and I know that people are like, wow, like that's insane, like over 40 pounds. But I know that people are listening out there, that some of them, they want to lose weight, but like for people who are looking to lose weight or that just at least want to get started on that health journey, what advice would you give to them?
Yeah, thank you. So some of the advice that I would give out to others is that water is the biggest game changer you can have. The way that I thought about water is it's a filtering system. You're filtering out everything, and that's cleaning out all the toxins that we've been eating. It's gonna create a healthier body for your muscle and for the nutrition to get to you, now that the water is definitely filtering everything out, so the correct items that are going into your body are going to be distributed out correctly, because there's nothing blocking them from getting to the correct muscle, getting to the correct organ. So water is a very big component in losing weight. Let's see. Honestly, it's hard to just consistently drink water. Some people don't like water. My mom does not like water, and I really do love water.
Yeah.
Um, and if you drink coffee, black coffee, no sugar, no cream. That's I think personally I love black coffee, and people kind of side eye me for that, but yeah. Um, Another component was my attire. I had to feel good about what I was wearing
Yeah.
before I could go out. I know that that sounds a little abnormal, but I when I started my fitness journey and knew that I was gonna get really committed to it, I decided to go shopping with purpose. I bought athletic pants and athletic jackets and shirts with collars, so that I could wear it to work, and be able to go to the gym or go be fit and active after work without having to either A, go home, or B, change somewhere. If I didn't want to go to the gym, I didn't have to. So that was a really big thing. I didn't get leggings. I only got athletic pants so that I could look professional at work as well. I looked like a PE teacher basically, and I'm working with kids. I'm working with adults, so it works out. It's okay. So for my lifestyle, that was great. I ended up getting a hat, and it had the same effect as the movie Big Daddy when he gives the glasses to the kids,
Oh
to the
yeah.
kiddo, and
Yeah.
and he becomes invisible, right? So me getting that
That's
hat,
cool.
yeah, me getting that hat and not and the bill covering my peripheral,
Yeah.
I was able to just focus on myself and not
Mm.
catch those eye contacts or catch the direction of somebody or anything like that where it would distract me and my focus, and also the distraction of like my spiritual focus and my mental focus, because when you're out there being physical and active, um you start to get conscious, like, oh my gosh, did somebody see me do that wrong? Did this and that? And so that takes you off an alignment of your spiritual and your mental and your physical focus if you're not confident and you're believing in yourself real moment in time of being physical and active. So going through the motions of walking or working out, yes, you can do that, but if you're not having a healthy mindset while doing that, it's still you're still off balance. So kind of like being invisible with my hat helped me gain confidence real time, like, heck yeah, I'm doing this, heck yeah, I'm doing that. I was going up 7 flights of stairs, every other knee lunges and high knees down. And because I had my hat on, I wasn't seeing the people going up and down the stairs looking at me crazy. So that was another thing. Just a small little personal note for me. I was like, I like working out in a hat, so I don't have to make random eye contact or unwanted on eye contact, because that's also
Yeah.
an energy exchange too.
Of course.
Let me see. Having obviously having a life coach of like, hey, I'm not feeling motivated today, or great job, you're doing this, great job, you're doing that, also helped out. Having a coach for different parts of your life also helps out. You can have a fitness coach, you can have a life coach, you can have a financial coach, you can have all these coaches at once in your life to help you gain better momentum in your life. A spiritual coach, a sobriety coach, if that's what you're going through too.
Yeah.
All these different mentors in your life are here to so that you can utilize them to level up in your life. And leveling up doesn't mean I'm leveling up on my pay grade, I'm leveling up on the things I own. It's leveling up inside with how you grow, the way you talk to yourself, the way you believe yourself, the way that you treat others, and kindness. Before the 2 year rough patch that I had, I was a little irritable. I was not as kind as I'm known to be. I think at the gas station with the random cashier was an irritable experience for me. I was just wanting to get in and out. And I can tell now that what I'm going through, and how much my coach and my coaches, or the people in my life, and the people that are helping me, it's necessary to level up spiritually and personal growth. It is totally necessary because if you're continuing to ask your mom for advice, great, awesome, but she's most likely going to sugarcoat a little bit. If you continue to ask your sister or your friend, you don't, like they know as much as you. You're in the same environment. Go look for people who are not in your environment to be able to level up for sure.
Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, this was great, man. Thank you so much for sharing all this. And again, I'm so proud of you. I
Thanks.
mean, this journey that you've been on, I mean, over 40 pounds, that's insane. And the journey continues on. And I definitely would like to like maybe in the next few months just have like another episode we could have just to see like, your progress and see how you're doing. So Angelica, thank you so much again for being on the show. And thank you, the listener, for tuning in for my podcast, Reinvent Yourself, Discovering Your Higher Purpose. We will be seeing you on the next episode. Peace.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.